Liz is here. Morning. Shocker.
Morning.
I was shocked. Were you not? I was really shocked by that.
Yeah, I was a little bit shocked. It was a really surreal boardroom, and you just really couldn't tell which way it was going to go.
No.
I thought, because Nick said at one point, he said, oh, you could get rid of them both. And I thought, well, at least, you know, maybe it'll at least go that way, so it would be both you and Stuart. But to be you, that was a real tough one.
Yeah, I thought it was quite unfair in many respects. I mean, Stuart, you've got to give him credit. His boardroom strategy was, you know, it was incredible. I think both mine and Stella's jaws were dropping.
Because he just talked his way out of a deep, deep pit, didn't he?
Yeah, I think in my mind at first I thought he's going to talk himself into being fired. And then it suddenly swung into seeing Lord Sugar's eyes sort of filling with this admiration, seeing him as like a mini-me.
Well, that's the thing, wasn't it? That's what it was.
Yeah, it was really bizarre.
Because you can't, yes, because he said, I'm like you when I was young and I made all this money, I did all this to learn. You can't really say that, can you?
Well, I just wanted to remain credible. At the end of the day, I hope that actions would sort of speak louder than words in many respects. And throughout the process, I felt that I wasn't faultless. It's the apprentice. I was there to learn. I felt, you know, I'd broken a record. I'd also done various things on other tasks which had kind of been mentioned. So, yeah, very disappointing.
Yeah. Well, the key part in your downfall was one pitch that you made to the London Tourist Centre and got that slightly, just not entirely right. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
We've come to talk to you about our exciting new tour that we've got, which we'd like to discuss with you and hope that you could promote for us, because we're really excited about it. I think it's something completely different.
We're going to offer the Cockney Tour. And basically, what we're doing is giving tourists the opportunity to discover the heart of London. So Cockney rhyming slang, getting people involved. We're going to be met by the pearly king and queens and really sort of embracing that.
OK. What about the prices for the tour?
We're going to charge £35 for an adult for the tour.
Wowie.
Yeah.
And then should they keep the bus afterwards? That's quite an ambitious price, I think. But what sort of return would we see? Because, well, normally we'd take at least 35%.
OK.
OK, 35% obviously is quite a significant
It's more than I think
cut.
we were expecting, but we are so keen to secure your business, I would probably go up to 25%.
Well, look, if that's your offer, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll speak to you soon. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thanks very much.
Cheers then,
Thank
bye-bye.
you.
So you lost that, didn't you? Didn't you kind of realise when you said, oh, £35, did they get to keep the bus, that perhaps prices were a little on the over the top side?
Yeah, I mean, when we discussed pricing on the way to the pitch, Stuart was adamant he wanted a high price so he could knock it down later in the day. And as project manager, essentially, you know, he'd taken that call and delegated the jobs in the pitch. I was there to explain the pitch and sort of the passion behind it, and he wanted to take control of the pricing because obviously that's where you kind of win and lose the pitch. And so it was a bit of an awkward one, and perhaps I should have stepped in.
Well, he's a bit like a bull at a gate, old Stuart, really, isn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can be sometimes. I think that sort of enthusiasm coupled with perhaps lack of professional experience, because I think, you know, the past pitches that I've taken part in and led have been very successful. I think that comes from maybe my brief, albeit, experience in the working world.
How's it been for you? Did you enjoy the whole experience?
Oh, it was the best thing I've ever done. Absolutely amazing. You know, I would advise it to anybody. It's like an accelerated business boot camp. So it was absolutely fantastic.
And when you get the little bits of argy-bargy we've got a hint of there between two of the boys in Trafalgar Square, and you say it's really, you know, quite unpleasant things about each other in the boardroom. And then you go back to the house if you survive and pick up life again. How easy was it to get past that?
You know, obviously, it's sometimes hard to hear things in the boardroom, especially if you disagree with them. But that's part of the process, and you do get used to it. And we became each other's family because you're in this house for nearly 3 months. Sort of, you don't go home in between. You're there literally for 3 months. You kind of have to let it go, and you support each other. You work good and bad.
What goes in the boardroom stays in the boardroom.
Yeah, pretty much. Although we're all human and not faultless.
So who did you bear grudges against?
I didn't bear grudges against anyone. I don't think anyone in the house really did. Even like the Battle of Trafalgar Square that you've just seen this week.
Quite extraordinary. Did you sanction that he should be going, because he ran into Trafalgar Square and started to try to steal customers?
Yeah, it was kind of one of his bizarre sort of passion-driven strategies that really was a little unprofessional, and then again went on to argue with the tourist centre manager, all of which really it's just kind of wasted energy, whereas I just got on with selling, and I think that was sort of evident in the sales figures.
I suppose a lot comes out in the edit, and we should have got a clue from you at the beginning of the audition. So if I was to go out, I'd be really devastated.
I know, yeah.
And you of all the people we've seen so far, had an awful lot invested emotionally in it, didn't you?
Yeah, I really was passionate to sort of win. Obviously, I went there to win. All of us did. But, you know, I'm a very energetic, sort of positive person. So when I'm getting involved in the tasks, you know, I don't hold back. And, you know, I'm a good team player as well as I feel a good leader. And obviously that improved throughout the show. A really good team player. So, you know, I walk away with my head held high, I think, and having gained a lot of positive experiences.
One of the other things that happened, of course, in last night's programme was somebody accused you of being patronising. Did that hurt?
It did, because actually watching it back, I mean, my Cockney accent, yeah, I think I will leave that.
Well, let's not leave it for a second, because we just have a look at
when
you
thank you very much, yeah.
I'm Elizabeth, first and foremost. Lovely to meet you.
Cheers, Paul.
You're going to be one of our little destinations on our real London tour for tourists tomorrow. And obviously, we'd love it if you can be, you know, giving it a bit of Cockney, giving them the rhyming slang or whatever. You know, getting into it.
How disgraceful, just because it's a jelly deal stuff.
No.
It's extremely patronising.
I think that's unfair. What I was saying is, people are going to come here because they want to taste the real London, and I'd love it if you could help sell the experience, is what I meant.
Look kind of underwhelmed in the stores. I suppose it's really just the way you phrased the question was...
I think I went in there thinking we'd chosen the Cockney tour, and I think you see us wandering around, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, what the hell have we done?
Yes.
You know, there was nothing to see, and we found this jellied eel stand, and I think I was like, right, this has got to work, and went in over passionate and sort of, yeah, with my Cockney accent, perhaps was a little patronising, and would never do that again. But in fairness, I tried his jelly deals and they were very nice, so I think we did make up later on.
Tragically, the tour never found it though, because Stella couldn't find it on the map.
Yeah, that was a bit disappointing, especially for the poor tourists that had paid their £35.
Oh, anyway, lovely to meet you. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck. Thank you.